Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Assistant Minister for Social Services, Senator Fifield. Can the Minister advise the Senate what the government is doing to ensure that older Australians who wish to stay in their own homes rather than entering residential care can do so for as long as possible?
The Assistant Minister for Social Services, Senator Fifield.
Thank you, Mr President. Well, I'm very pleased to inform the Senate that the government has recently announced the opening of the aged care approval round for May 2014. The aged care approval round is, as colleagues will be aware, the major funding round in the aged care sector and provides new Australian government-funded aged care places to service providers through a competitive assessment process. The government recognises, and I think all colleagues recognise, that many older Australians are keen to stay at home for as long as they possibly can, which is why this round will continue to expand the Home Care Packages program, which provides individual tailored packages of home care services to help older Australians remain living independently in their own homes. This funding follows a $240 million investment by the government earlier this year in the Home and Community Care program, which provides funding for critical basic maintenance, support and care services, again where most people prefer to receive them at home. Now, to encourage greater investment in areas of need, the government will also make funding available for capital grants under the Rural, Regional and Other Special Needs Building Fund as part of the aged care approval round. The government is committed to an aged care sector that provides choice and quality for older Australians, and Australians are living longer than ever before, which is indeed cause for celebration. And, Mr President, you might be interested to know that in Australia today there are over 3,500 centenarians, and that by 2050 there will be over 50,000 centenarians. So what a great national resource that is to draw upon. Mr President, there are many here aspiring to join those ranks. The government is going to be working very closely over the coming years to adapt to the increased demand that there is and to encourage our system to be one focused on quality and choice.
Expired. Senator Kroger.
I thank the Minister for his answer and ask if he can inform the Senate how the government is working with the aged care sector ahead of the implementation of the changes on the 1st of July this year to support the sector and its workforce as they work to adapt to these changes.
The Minister. Order. The Minister. Order. The Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. Well, the government recognises the importance of working very closely with the aged care sector through what will be a period of change. And earlier this month I announced the establishment of the Aged Care Sector Committee to be chaired by someone we all know well, Professor Peter Shergold AC. The Aged Care Sector Committee will be tasked with building the foundation for a lasting partnership between government and providers and other participants in the sector. It will be an important conduit between all the players in the sector and government. It will also provide guidance to help the aged care sector adapt to the new demands of an ageing population, and also, particularly importantly, to the greater movement towards consumer choice and the greater consumer focus that there will be as part of the changes coming into effect on the 1st of July. And I think it's an important thing for colleagues to realise that the direction is inexorably heading one way, and that is for greater consumer choice in aged care.
Senator Kroger.
Thanks, Mr President. I do have a further supplementary. Can the Minister advise the Senate of the government's red tape reduction agenda in the area of aged care?
The Minister.
Order.
Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. Given that today is the government's first repeal day, I want to reiterate that the government is absolutely committed to doing whatever it can to reduce red tape and compliance burden in the aged care sector. We've already taken some steps to simplify the pricing system for aged care, scrapping what was proposed by the previous government, which was a confusing and cumbersome requirement for providers to follow quite a prescriptive process in setting prices, and also the need to document and certify that process, which we thought was unnecessary. This is just one of the first things that we will do to streamline the administrative process in the aged care sector. what we ultimately want to do is to free up the staff and the management of aged care providers from being overburdened by compliance requirements. Obviously, no compromise to safety, no compromise to quality, but we want to let aged care sector do what they do best, and that's providing high-quality care.